guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, hello, my name is Lauren. Today we're going to be talking about 4 things I wish I knew before selling digital products on Etsy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. The first thing I wish I knew is that as a digital product seller, the more listings you have, the more chances you have of being found, which equals more sales for your shop. A lot of digital product shops actually have hundreds, if not thousands of listings in their shop, and it's for a good reason. It's because it's a digital product. Digital products are amazing because when you make them, they immediately become a passive source of income because you're not having to edit, change, ship, or do anything for them. You create it and you upload it onto your shop, and then it's like evergreen, like it's just gonna constantly be able to keep selling. So people can keep adding listings to the shop, growing their number of listings, and just increasing their chances of being found more often in the Etsy search. This is also like a tip that I recommend to all new Etsy shops, because if you want to grow your shop fast, the best way to do so is to increase your number of listings as often as possible. I wish someone would have told me this way back when I first started selling digital products, because I probably would have worked my butt off and made like a new one every single day. It literally has drastically improved my shop sales for one of my newer shops where I'm creating PNG designs. I started uploading new listings like every single day on there and increasing my shop to a certain number of listings so that it looked professional. I was also getting a lot of traffic and therefore was making a lot more sales. The second thing I wish I knew as a digital product seller on Etsy is you don't have to price your digital products low just because they're digital. The reason so many people price digital products really low is because of what I said earlier, is that when you make a digital product, you typically don't have to do anything for it ever again. That means a lot of shop sellers are like, well, I already made it and like the work is done. Like I'm not having to spend any more money to create it. So I can just list it really low and sell a lot of it. You don't have to do this. Don't be stressed to do this. It is a sales tactic and strategy if you want to try it, but it is definitely not the end all be all. Some things you need to take into consideration when pricing a digital product are: how much time did you spend making this product? If you spent several weeks or months creating this product, don't lowball yourself and make it a $2 product. You deserve more than that because of the hard work you put in. Same goes for the amount of money you had to spend to make that digital product. Did you have to buy a bunch of graphics and things that could be used for commercial use in order to create it? Did you have to buy fonts for it? Did you have to buy somebody to help you make it? Are you paying for a software or an app that you have to use to make the product? All of these are things you need to be taking into consideration when it comes to pricing that digital product. So don't feel like you have to lowball yourself because you don't. If you worked really hard on it and you spent a lot of hours, price it fairly, see how it goes, and then base your decision off of your sales and how successful it was on how you're going to price it in the future and whether or not it's worth it. The third thing I wish I knew, oh my gosh, this is something so many people struggle with digital products, especially on Etsy. On Etsy, there is a size limit for your files that you sell through Etsy in their listing. I believe it's like basically you have a size limit. And so a lot of people, if they're selling larger files, they can't fit them in the Etsy listing. Here's a hack for that and some things that I learned that can maybe help you save some time and effort when it comes to this. First off, always try compressing your file. This is the easiest way to make your file size smaller, but also make sure that it is still high quality. You can do this by literally right-clicking on your file and then clicking compress, and it's gonna turn it into a little zip file. So when someone needs to download it, they'll get a zip file, they tap it, it opens, and boom, there is your file. You can then take that compressed file and literally upload it as your digital product on Etsy. They accept compressed files, zip files, whatever you want to call them, and it works perfectly. However, if your compressed file is still too small, what I would then recommend you doing is uploading your file to Dropbox or Google Drive, one of those two, whichever you prefer, and then giving a link to people in order to go and download it from one of those two platforms. Or if you prefer another one, that's totally fine too. The best way to give them this link, because you'll still need to have a downloadable thing on your Etsy shop, is to create an interactive PDF file. An interactive PDF is like a little page and you can like click on a word or a shape or something, and it will take you to a link. So you can make like just like a giant download button where people can click it and it will take them to the file location, and then they can download it from there. I would recommend using an app called Keynote to create this if you are on a Mac. You could also create these on your PowerPoint on like Google Slides. It's basically just like taking a shape and adding a hyperlink to it. So you would create like something that says, click on this to download your file. They would tap it and then the link would take them to the Dropbox or Google Drive or wherever it is that you've stored the file for them to download. I hope this made sense. I know that's a bit advanced of a tip and a little hard to kind of explain. So if you have questions about it, please feel free to leave it down below in the comments. This is like the number one thing people get stuck with when they're selling digital products, especially on Etsy, because they can't figure out how to kind of get around that file size thing if you're selling something that's a bit bigger. The fourth thing I wish I would have known for me to do, or at least mentally prepare for, is that people are not good with technology, you guys. People are not that tech savvy. I'm just gonna say it. You know, there's a lot of people out there who have no idea what they're doing. There are people who don't know how to download files. There are people who don't know how to open up files in certain apps or software. There are people who literally could be given a step-by-step instruction and sometimes will still not be able to do it. You need to learn to have a little bit of patience and kind of put yourself in the shoes of that person. Technology can be very frustrating, very overwhelming for someone who is not typically used to it, doesn't use it a lot, doesn't like it. It's just not a tech savvy person. So try and remain calm, try and remain present, try and be as helpful as you can when someone asks questions. Remember that you don't need to get upset or angry at these people because they don't understand something. The best you can do is remain positive and helpful and try and get them to the answer that they're looking for. Something that I would also recommend is potentially creating a list of your most asked questions and the responses that you would give to it. This could be a couple of different things and a couple ways to do this. You could have an actual FAQ spot on like your own website or social media or something where you could direct people to that says, oh, you have this question, go here, click on this, follow this, you'll be good to go. Or you could even have it as simple as like having a set number of responses of like what you say and having them saved in like your note section on your phone and then going and copying and pasting that for every message you get. Because I think you'll find as a digital product seller, you get asked a lot of the same questions over and over again. So kind of having like a copy paste formula of what you can say to people will save you a lot of time, save you a lot of headache, and get the answer to your customers a lot faster. And it just in turn makes everybody a lot happier. Question of the day for you guys. What digital products do you sell in your shop? I want to know down below. Feel free to even leave your shop link down below so we can all go and support each other. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. Right here on the screen, I'm going to link for you guys another video that I think you'll find helpful, as well as an entire playlist full of other Etsy related tips and tricks just like this video. Down here, you're going to also find my subscribe button where you guys can stick around for more videos just like this one. I upload every Tuesday and every Friday. And without further ado, guys, that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.